Hello and welcome to your regularly scheduled Digimon World 2 playthrough. Today is gonna be a slightly different episode. Unfortunately, my noise canceling software just kind of went haywire, and yeah, this video just doesn't have any vocals in it because Steel Series just decided, you know what, today you're not gonna record. You're not gonna get anything out of me. I'm tired, boss. Let me rest. But in any case, I thought I would just, put a little bit of comments in here and there, and hopefully this is not a complete disaster. I'm probably gonna ramble a little bit. I'm not really good with things like this, so, bear with me. At the start here of the video, I thought I might as well go to the Coliseum. This is probably one of the only parts of the game that I'm like, was this really necessary? This really just seems like a sort of like what you call it, like a way to move the story forward, and there's not really much value in here. It was really easy. I beat Bertram, Joy, and the following tamer that comes later. And to no one's surprise, I beat him because look, I have over here in the left side, I have a Metal Greymon. Oh, he's really strong and whatnot. My other two Digimon are pretty strong as well, but Metal Greymon just kind of sweeps through these things. But yeah, this was pretty easy. I think the reason why I don't like the Coliseum all that much is because you don't really get experience. Well, not really. You don't get experience for doing this. And the rewards at the end don't seem all that good. Maybe it changes later on, but for now, this was like not that great. And then there's also the fact that between battles, you don't get healed and you don't get to use items either. But you do have to face your opponent with them having full HP Digimon. So this is going to be one of those things where I probably have to come in with very, very strong Digimon that overpower my opponent in order for me to just have a good time. Because if not, I'm probably going to be crying, every time I come in here because I'm going to be beaten or something's going to happen and I'm going to be pissed off. And so, yeah, this is probably my least favorite part of the game. There are some problems with other parts of the game too, like the Digi evolving and whatnot. But this one, in a sort of story progression, gameplay type thing, is probably my least favorite. Just let me go into the dungeons. That's it. Let me go into the dungeons and beat everything up. I mean, it's cool that I get to, beat Bertrand up. Because, that prick, I finally get to shut him up. And, I get to see, like, how I stack up against other tamers. But the thing is, I feel like strategy doesn't really matter too much here. As long as I got like insane power, I should be fine. Because the thing with strategy is, it works if I'm on a leveled playing field, but it feels very skewed against me with not gaining experience or not even healing, at least between every battle. But it is what it is. I sweep through all teams here and it's pretty easy. And then we get like a couple of thousand bits or something like that. I'm not really sure. It'll show here in a second. But yeah, it's quite the ordeal. It's quite the ordeal. But not too shabby. It's not like I hate the mode or anything. It's just I'd rather if it was a little bit better, at least a little bit better. Give me some items to use or something like that. I don't know. What is it? Oh yeah, I rank up. So yeah, this just goes to show that I got to go back in here just for story purposes. I got HP Driver 2. What kind of garbage is that? An AoE healing item? Just I had to go through all that just for that. This is what I mean, right? The rewards weren't worth it. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, I go back into my Digibeetle and start messing around with stuff here, and finally I realized that I'm dumb. I'm just dumb. That's just how it is. You gotta pay attention to what the game tells you, even though this game doesn't tell you much. But there were telltale signs that I've been doing things wrong for the longest time, ever since I started. Anyway, I figured out that you can have pretty much everything equipped onto your Digibeetle at the same time. I don't know why I thought that you could only have one of each type of things. For example, like you could only have one of the either shooter gun or missile gun. You can only have one of the trap disabling things in the dungeons, like the rocks of color, like the colored rocks or the spores or whatever. I don't know why that was the case. I think I remember from playing back in the day, maybe something there had me thinking that I had to go with one or the other, but that's not the case. I can just equip everything all together, and then the only thing that holds me back here is my inventory management and the amount of space that I have, because I need to bring in what you call it. I need to bring in different types of ammo in order to break things. And as long as I have the right ammo and enough of the ammo, it should be fine, because as I said, I can use whatever I want. I upgrade my steps here to 1800, to a whopping 1800. And honestly, I thought I was gonna be, good for the rest of the game with 1800, but that's not the case. With the recent playthroughs that I've done, later episodes that I'm gonna release, yeah, 1800 is not gonna be enough, and I've noticed it because these domains get quite large. And not only that, if you do decide to like stop and try to level up, or try to grind a little bit for items or whatever, or money, yeah, your steps are gonna go away immediately. You're not gonna have a fun time with that. Anyway, I head into the web domain, and this domain was pretty simple. There wasn't really much here, so I'm just gonna fast forward towards the end, because that's really all there is left. There wasn't really anything that caught me off guard here. Nothing really too strong to go through. I think I may have maybe failed the domain once or twice, just because I went the wrong way, and then I hit a spore or something, and then I got ejected, just like the previous episode. It's one of those things where it's like, you can't account for those things. I don't know how to navigate through all that stuff, at least not just yet. Hopefully I get like some sort of sensor later on, because sometimes these things come out of nowhere. Like there, I could see what you call it, the mine on the floor, but sometimes I can't see it, so I'm like, I don't know what the criteria is for this. Is it my Digibeetle? Is it like complete garbage? Is it something else that I'm missing? I have no idea. I don't know. Oh boy. Anyway, I get through this domain. I'm just gonna fast forward here. Let me go to the end, because I know there's nothing that happens here. Okay, yeah, just as I thought, there wasn't really much left. I just got to the end of the domain to face Kuwagamon, and this was pretty simple. The only mishap that I had before this was against one of those worm Digimon, where I don't know what the heck move that was, but it caused me not to be able to hit it, and it took me like 15 minutes to beat it, because it just kept spamming that, and I just had to defend over and over until at one point it just stopped using it, and I was able to kill. But anyway, yeah, here I just got to the end of the domain, and I just beat him up. The thing is, Metal Greymon is just too strong, and luckily, me capturing that, I'm so glad that I captured it, because otherwise I feel like I would have had a much worse experience with these dungeons, because all my Digimon are virus type, or the Digimon that I can capture, and the fact that he's not only an ultra evolution Digimon, but he's also a vaccine type, which kind of helps me out for certain matches, specifically with vaccine. He can hold down the fort if there's too many vaccines that are too strong and I can't beat them. Metal Greymon is here to save the day. Metal Greymon is just gonna slap around and sweep. And I like that. I like that a lot. Had I not been able to get Metal Greymon, I don't know. I think I would have been stuck in one of these domains for sure, because, man, that Digimon put in the work. He put in the work. But yeah, as you can see, I beat him up pretty easily. I go back to the city, and then in the city, I don't really do much. Here, I just go around and start seeing what next I can do, because I didn't want to do the next domain, because I was already playing for like an hour and a half or something like that, so I didn't want to just go too crazy. But in any case, I go in and I try to digivolve some Digimon because it's time to get Spikes and Smiles to their next stage in the evolution, and they need to be stronger. I will have no weaklings in my team. No, what am I saying? They've been MVPs for the longest time, especially Spikes. He's crazy. He got crazy power behind him. But yeah, I digivolve Spikes, and he turned into this, what is it, the Tyrannomon? Is that what he turned into? No, he turned into the Cyclomon. Yeah. He turned into the Cyclomon, and this thing turned into me. No hair. And yeah, like, this episode was, just a mess. It was just a mess thanks to not being able to have my voice recorded, so I had to do this. Hopefully this is not, as I said, too much of a disaster. I'll probably do, if I do end up doing something like this in the future, I'll have my thoughts more collected, because just spitballing, off the top of my head is not something I'm very good at. So, until next time, we'll see what happens. But yeah, hopefully this doesn't happen again, though, because I don't want to keep doing this. But if it does happen again, I'll be a little bit more prepared. But yeah, GG.